Okay, Speedfan is starting. Right now it's showing its regular icon. After a moment, it will start to show a number that indicates the core temperature. And I'll go through the steps, how we get it to restart, how we get it to start automatically, and how we get it to show that way. Okay. So, just open it, restore. Now it's just showing its basic temperatures. This is how I got there. I can configure which temperatures I care to monitor, and I can also select the one that I want to show on the tray. So for me, that's the core temperature. And under the options, that's how I determine the color of the background. So there's a square background which I made black so that it doesn't show any contrast with its background, and then color of the text and the font size. I haven't tried the large font size. And I configure it to start minimized, which is why it goes and very briefly starts the UI, and then that disappears and it goes to the tray, as we saw a moment ago. And then I define the events. I can define an event, let's say, to measure the core temperature, and if it's greater than or equal to 55 one time, then every 120 seconds, each time it's true, it will execute this batch file, which basically puts up a warning that the temperature is getting too high. And then at 59 degrees Celsius, we'll say every time for every 5 seconds, if it is higher than that or equal to that temperature, then it will beep. And then at 60, it beeps every 1 second, and then at 65, it's going to execute a batch file that actually shuts down the computer just to prevent any damage. Once I've set those values the way I want to, then I can minimize and it goes to the tray. Look at how to configure, how to get it to run automatically every time the user logs in. So the problem is it has to run as an administrator, and that creates a pop-up for users under most circumstances. So using the task scheduler, we can avoid that. I'll find my task, which is called Start Speedfan. So cleverly named. Double click. That brings it up. And you can use over here, you can look at the properties to edit it, but I'm not going to edit it. So I set it to run under the username, run only when the user is logged on, and to run with the highest privileges. This is what causes it to run as an administrator without prompting. I set a trigger at logon of any user. I set the action to start that program, speedfan.exe. I don't need many conditions, but you have some options here if you wanted to set some. The settings, I can run it on demand if I want to, and stop the task if it runs longer than 1 hour. And there's a history, which I won't look at, and might be a better idea not to keep the history unless you need it for troubleshooting. So that's how you enable it to run automatically.